Nippon professional baseball gets underway on June 19th, nearly a 3-month delay to the start of the season, but they're still going to play a 120-game schedule, just 23 fewer than the usual. The last video I did about baseball in Japan was back in April, where I named the best players in NPB at every position. Check that out if you haven't seen it yet. But today it's all about the pitchers. If you're a Major League fan getting into NPB for the first time this year, this will interest you, because as you know, most of the players who go from NPB to MLB are pitchers. So some of the guys on this list you'll see in MLB in the future. If you've already been following NPB, then you might disagree with my rankings here. If that's the case, leave a comment telling me what you think the rankings should be and why. And before the NPB season gets started, make sure you subscribe to this channel to stay up to date. I do a video every Monday recapping the prior week in Japan, Korea, and Taiwan, as well as baseball news from other parts of the world. On Fridays I do something a little more prepared, like this. Anyway, let's get started. The top 10 starting pitchers in NPB. Number 10, Taisuke Yamamoto of the Oryx Buffaloes. In 2019, the 24-year-old right-hander led his team with 13 wins. In 26 games and 170 innings, his ERA was .371, ranking 5th among all Pacific League starting pitchers. Also 5th in WHIP at 1.171, and his 154 strikeouts ranked 3rd. Known for his sharp slider, Yamamoto will be the Buffaloes' opening day starter for the second year in a row. Number 9, 2019 Rookie of the Year Rei Takahashi of the defending champion SoftBank Hawks. Another 24-year-old in the Pacific League, Takahashi was 12-6 in 23 games and 143 innings. His .334 ERA was 4th best in the league. His 1.14 WHIP was 3rd best. One statistic he's not very strong in is strikeouts, with only 73, about 1 every 2 innings on average. But he gets the outs. He's 6'2", and he's a submarine pitcher. He starts his windup with his glove raised over his head and releases the ball just above the ground. He can throw a slider, sinker, curveball, and fastball that tops out at 91 miles an hour. Number 8, Yuki Nishi of the Hanshin Tigers. 2019 was his first year with the Tigers after 10 years with the Oryx Buffaloes. In 26 games, 172 and a third innings, he was 10-8 with 112 strikeouts. .292 ERA was 5th best in the Central League. 113 WHIP ranked 3rd. He won the Gold Glove for Central League pitchers. The 29-year-old right-hander's fastball gets up to 90. Number 7, Shota Imanaga of the Yokohama DNA Baystars. This 26-year-old lefty is entering his 5th year in NPB. Last year he had a .291 ERA, tied for 3rd best in the league. His 108 WHIP ranked 2nd. In 25 games and 170 innings, he won 13 games and struck out 188 batters, 2nd in both of those categories. And he threw 3 complete game shutouts. His fastball reaches the high 90s, and he also has a good curveball and splitter. 2 years ago he spent his winter with the Canberra Cavalry of the Australian Baseball League, where he broke the single-season WHIP record. He has expressed his desire to play in MLB in the future, and has received a lot of attention from MLB scouts. Number 6, Chris Johnson, the only foreign pitcher on this list. A former Pirates and Twins pitcher, this 35-year-old lefty has been with the Hiroshima Carp since 2015, and in his second year with the club won the Sawamura Award. In 2019, he was 11-8 in 27 starts, 156 and 2/3 innings, 132 strikeouts, a .259 ERA, and a 121 WHIP. He ranked 2nd in ERA, just 1/100 of a point behind the Central League leader, 6th in both WHIP and strikeouts. Johnson throws a good curve and a fastball that reaches the mid-90s. Number 5, Yoshinobu Yamamoto of the Oryx Buffaloes. The 21-year-old right-handed pitcher had a .195 ERA last year, the best among all starting pitchers in NPB. 2nd best WHIP in NPB at 0.96. He was 8-6, throwing 143 innings in 20 games, while striking out 127. 2019 was his first year as a starter. In 2018, his first full season, he threw 54 games in relief. He throws a good cutter, an occasional curve or splitter, and a fastball that gets up to 96. Number 4, Yudai Ono, a 31-year-old left-handed pitcher for the Chunichi Dragons. He was top of the Central League ERA leaders at .258 last year, and in WHIP at 0.98. In 25 starts, he threw 177 and 2/3 innings while striking out 156 and pitching 2 shutouts, including a no-hitter towards the end of the season. But poor run support kept his win-loss record at 9-8. 2019 was a comeback year for Ono after struggling in the previous year. His four-seam fastball can get as high as 95 but usually averages in the high 80s. He can also throw a good slider and curve. Number 3, Kohei Arihara, 27-year-old right-handed pitcher for the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. His 15 wins were the most in all of NPB in 2019, 1st in WHIP at 0.92 and 2nd in ERA at 2.46. 24 starts, 164 and a third innings, and 161 strikeouts. He was runner-up in Pacific League's Best 9 voting for pitchers, and he said after last season that he hopes to be posted to MLB. Arihara throws a variety of pitches: changeup, slider, curve, cutter, a four-seam fastball getting up to 92, and a two-seam fastball topping out at 90. Number 2, Tomoyuki Sugano of the Yomiuri Giants. The 30-year-old right-hander is coming off a down year in 2019 when he struggled with lower back issues and missed some time. 3 weeks on the injured list and struggled in his return. Last year he was 11-6 in 22 starts, 136 and a third innings, 120 strikeouts, and a 3.89 ERA. But now that he's healthy, he's expected to return to his 2017 and 2018 form when he won the Sawa Omura Award in both years. In 2018, he was 15-8, 2.14 ERA, 1.005 WHIP, 200 strikeouts, 202 innings, 10 complete games, 8 shutouts in 28 starts. His fastball averages in the low 90s, also throws an excellent slider, curve, and cutter. Sugano is the nephew of legendary Giants manager Tatsunori Hara. Before I get to number 1, here are a few more starting pitchers in NPB that just missed the top 10. Koyo Aoyagi, a 26-year-old right-hander for the Hanshin Tigers, played his first full season last year. 25 starts, record of 9-9, 3.14 ERA, 100 strikeouts, and 143 and a third innings. Eiichi Osera of the Hiroshima Carp. The right-hander will turn 29 next week. Last year he was 11-9 in 26 starts, 173 and a third innings, 136 strikeouts, 6 complete games, ERA at 3.53. That was a disappointing follow-up to his 2018 season. That year, he led the league in wins, going 15-7, 2.62 ERA, 182 innings, and 159 strikeouts. It will be interesting to see if he can bounce back and become one of the league's top pitchers again, or if last season was the start of his career decline. And the number 1 pitcher in NPB going into the 2020 season is Kodai Senga of the SoftBank Hawks. The 27-year-old right-handed Senga led the league in strikeouts, 227, and innings, 180 and a third, a record of 13-8 in 26 starts, and a 2.79 ERA, ranking 3rd, a 1.16 WHIP, ranking 4th, 2 shutouts, including a no-hitter last September. Highly rated by MLB scouts, his fastball can reach 100 miles an hour, also known for having a good forkball and slider. He has tried to get his team to post him to MLB, but the Hawks just won't let him go. And that's all for today. Let me know what you think in the comments. And until next time, this is Baseball International. See ya.